a lot of the concerns that vegetarians have, or potential vegetarians have, is like, what am I gonna do when I go over to someone else's house to eat? Is there gonna be anything I can eat? Am I gonna offend a host if I don't want to eat the meat-based entree that they planned for me? How am I gonna tell them? Will they think I'm weird? Things like that. I'm just gonna talk about like what I do when I'm a guest at somebody's home and I have to address the fact that, hey, I don't eat meat, and how it's adaptable and how I can work around it, and also provide suggestions or hypothetical situations, and hopefully give you a solution to the question, what do I do when I eat over at someone's home? Most of my friends and family are already aware that I'm a vegetarian, so they know that I wouldn't be eating meat. But if you know that a special meal is going to be prepared in your honor, you could suggest a vegetarian meal, not necessarily one that uses a faux meat, but just a meal that doesn't include meat. Some people may not feel comfortable cooking tofu or tempeh or something like that, but you know, you could suggest like meatless lasagna, a bean and cheese enchilada, and if you're comfortable with eating fish or seafood, let your host know. That might be convenient for them as well. One of the things I do not do when I eat at somebody's house is make an exception. I'm not going to give up my values to please my host or to not appear rude, because I really don't think that standing up for what you believe in is rude if you just say politely, oh, I'm sorry, I don't eat meat. Natalie Portman has quoted Jonathan Safran Foer, who has quoted Michael Pollan in The Omnivore's Dilemma, and I'm gonna quote them all, okay? This got Natalie Portman in a little bit of trouble, so don't take this the wrong way. Being polite to your table mates rather than sticking up for your ideals would be just absurd in any other context besides that of vegetarianism. The example that they give is, I don't believe in rape, but if that's what it takes to please my dinner host, then so be it. If I'm ever in a situation where the host doesn't know that I'm a vegetarian and I'm offered meat, I would just politely refuse. I want to stand up for my beliefs, but I certainly don't want to offend anybody either. And so I don't want to say like, oh, that's gross, or you shouldn't eat that. I might say something like, oh, I'm sure you prepared that so well, but I don't eat meat. The mashed potatoes look delicious, I'll have some of those. You know, you can find other things to eat. I feel like many times the host is just going to be concerned that you're not going to have enough to eat, and maybe they'll be like, oh no, you should cook something. Many meals anyway don't consist of just like a steak. You usually have some side dishes. Help yourself to side salads, vegetable and fruit side dishes, bread, and any other meatless foods being served to compose your meal. If you're really that worried that you're not going to be full, eat a little bit beforehand. Hopefully your host will realize that you're not trying to refuse the meal that he or she prepared for you, and will understand that you can enjoy the rest of the preparations. If you're going to like a larger group or function that's more casual, like a barbecue or a family party or a graduation party, something like that, consider bringing your own meatless substitute. I don't expect a host to buy a package of Boca burgers just for me when they're cooking up hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody else. So what I would do is I'd bring my own patty or a meatless hot dog or something like that, and ask the cook to grill it separately from the beef patties, you know, making a note of which one is the meatless one and which one is the normal beef. This way you can still participate in the barbecue fun, and your hosts aren't burdened with providing you with meatless food, which they may have no idea how to purchase, nor do they have to be concerned about you not eating. So I hope this gave you some ideas of how to approach being a vegetarian guest at someone else's dinner table. If you have any questions, any specific situations you'd like to share with me, you can send me a message through YouTube, or you can leave comments on my blogspot or on my Facebook. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Keep up the views! Yeah! Alright, peace out.